What you're looking at right now is a Twitter map. I put this together to make things very quick and easy for you. You have visual steps here. This video is going to walk you through the entire process, each one of these steps. There's going to be a little bit of content that we have already talked about, right? Some of the training, but this is kind of a condensed version so that you can see exactly where to implement this so that you got, a little bit of direction to follow. But I am going to probably make a few extra comments that were not in the training. So definitely watch this video, even if you already did go through the main training course. So we're going to start with our strategy. The strategy is to utilize Twitter to create followers. And remember, those followers, it's just like building your list. But the reason that a strategy is important is because we don't want to just jump into this blindly. Otherwise, Twitter can waste a whole bunch of your time. You want to be extremely efficient. Have a goal in mind. What do I actually plan to do on Twitter? What am I trying to achieve? That might be trying to get people to, follow me so that they can get updates on my blog, perhaps. It might be that I want to actually post products on there, things that I'm selling. So you need to understand what you're expecting and what you're planning to do with Twitter. A lot of people use it just to brand their own self, and then that way, they get a lot of followers, and then they can just post something about post updates on their blog and get people to go to their blog, and then they get them in their funnel and get them, through that way. But others might actually post maybe affiliate links right in Twitter. So they get a whole bunch of followers, and they actually do the selling right there. So get your strategy together and understand what you expect from Twitter. Then you have to ask yourself, do I have an account? If you do, you're going to go on to the next step. But if you don't, it's going to be real quick and easy, okay? We go to Twitter. We click on the Get Started button. You choose a name and a sign-up name. After you submit that, you're going to click Skip because we don't want to try to invite anybody on a brand new account. Then you're going to click Settings. I want you to update your information because you need to be a real person here so that people will take you seriously. Once your information is updated, things like, your address and time zone, stuff like that, I want to tell you real quick how that you can get your cell phone set up to text right from your cell phone. Okay, click Devices and then enter your phone number. You're going to get a 6-digit code back from Twitter. You're going to use that to activate your phone. You go to your cell phone, create a new address for Twitter, and what you're going to put for the phone number is 40404. And then send a text message to Twitter with just those 6 digits that they gave you, that code that they gave you. That'll confirm your cell phone, and you're all set. Let me give you some tips on that. If you want to follow somebody right from your cell phone, just type the word follow and then their username. If you want to unfollow somebody, type leave and their username. And you're just sending these text messages right to Twitter. And also, if you want to find out some other commands that you can use, just send a text message to Twitter with just the word help. And then if you've already got your account or you just went through the setup process, that's going to bring you to where you configure your Twitter account. We've already talked about some stuff, updating your profile. But other stuff that you want to do in there is maybe customizing it with graphics. Okay, take a look at the profile. Make sure that everything, that Twitter looks the way that you want it to look for the people that come to your page. And then you want to come up with something to offer the people that follow you, not just, follow me and I'll follow you. Come up with some type of incentive to get them to follow. Like if you follow me, then you'll get something, maybe a free report or a free audio clip. And that can all be set up automatically You'll remember in the training, I showed you how to set up an automatic follow. You can do the same thing. You can customize the message that is sent out automatically. You can customize it to deliver some content. So they follow you. Automatically a message goes out saying, hey, thanks for following me. Here's the free report that I told you about. And then have a link right there. Up next, promote your Twitter profile. If you've got a blog, put it on the blog. Put the link there that says follow me. Put it in your email. Down in the signature, every time you send an email out, I can't tell you how many times I have had clients and customers, friends even, that just because I sent out an email and in the signature it says, hey, follow me on Twitter, and it has my link right there, they actually do it. So you promote that link. And then also we want to look at other ways that we can build our list. And I'm calling it a list, even though it's on Twitter, because that's what it actually is. It's a list. You want to interact with these people and develop a relationship with them. One way that you can build that list is by following other people. So go do a search on Twitter for some specific keywords, find those people and follow them. A lot of people will just follow you back. So you're building your list. If you have things automatically set up so that if someone follows you, you'll follow them back automatically, then that'll help build your list as well. You might want to implement some type of policy for following, and you want to try to manage that policy. For example, if people don't follow you, you might want to unfollow them. And if people are following you, you might want to make sure that you are following them. Also, if there are people that, and I do this maybe once a week, go in there, and if there are people that are just blatantly spamming and they don't really get the whole point of Twitter, they're just trying to market themselves, unfollow them. If they're sending you 10 messages every hour, then you probably don't want to clutter things up with that. I know I don't have the time to go through all of it. Now, I do leave some people, if they're, really popular, I do leave them in there, even though, to be honest, I don't get to read all of their messages. Make sure that you have auto follow implemented like I outlined in the training. That's your next step. That's going to save you a lot of time, and it helps you to grow. This next step is a little bit more tricky. This is where we track the effectiveness of Twitter, and it's very important to do this. At any point in your business, you want to be tracking any implementation that you're utilizing because you need to know how effective it is. You don't want to waste a whole bunch of time on something that is not productive, and that goes for Twitter. I'll tell you, Twitter can be addictive. It can be a lot of fun. It can be a little difficult at first, but when you try it for a couple weeks, then you're like, hey, this is great. Same thing probably happened with you with text messaging in your cell phone, right? A while ago, that seemed, maybe not too long ago, actually, that seemed a bit cumbersome. You're like, why would I need to text people from my cell phone? But now, how often do you use it, right? Same thing with Twitter. It might be a little tricky at first, but once you use it for a while, you're going to find out that it's very handy. You might tell somebody, you might just be maybe shopping at Walmart, and you just punch that into Twitter on your cell phone, shopping at Walmart. And maybe a friend that is in town, they're nearby, they just pull in because it just came onto their phone. They're like, hey, he's over at Walmart. I'm going to stop in and say hi. That kind of stuff can happen, so it's a great way to network and keep up with people. But you don't want to do anything like this for your business if it's not effective. So you've got to have systems in place that will allow you to track the traffic from Twitter. And the last step is to cash in. I'm using the term cash in here, but it doesn't necessarily have to be cash. If your goal with Twitter was just brand recognition, you don't necessarily need money. Your cashing in is getting that brand recognition. But the point to all of this is that if you've done all of these steps, created your strategy, set up your account, configured your profile, customized your profile so that it's branded, offered an incentive to your followers, promote your Twitter page, build your list, manage your followers, configure auto following, and implement tracking, then you will cash in whatever that cashing in is for you. On behalf of Jeremy Burns, thank you very much for watching, and happy tweeting.